Wade and Wade reacts.
A subscriber requested a reaction to a Gaunt's Ghost Animatic. Let's get into it.
McCall threw himself flat, but the first shot seared down the length of his back and broke his belt. Slumping into the ditch, he felt dull pain from the bubbled flesh along his shoulder blade. There was shouting and panic, more panic than before. Whooping in a strange and chilling tone, Drail turned and killed the two ghosts nearest to him with point-blank shots to the back of the head. As others scrambled to get out of his way, he turned his gun to full auto and blazed at them, killing 5 more, 6, 7. Corbeck leapt to his feet, horrified at what he saw. He swung his lasgun into his shoulder, took careful aim and shot Drail in the middle of the chest. There was a pause. Corbeck edged forward, as did McCall and most of the men, those that didn't stop to try and help those that Drail had blasted, who were still alive. For fat's sake, Corbeck breathed as he walked forward towards the corpse of the dead guardsman. What the hell is going on? McCall didn't answer.
That's my question.
He crossed the concourse in several fierce bounds and slammed into Corbeck to bring him crashing to the ground. Drail wasn't dead. Something insidious and appalling was blistering and seething inside the sack of his skin. He rose, first from the hips, and then to his feet.
Looks like his
By
spine
the time he was
propelled him.
standing, he was twice human size, his uniform and skin splitting to accommodate the twisting, enlarging skeletal structure that was transmuting within him. Corbeck didn't want to look. He didn't want to see the bony thing which was erupting from Drail's flesh.
That's what I'm thinking. Don't
Watery
stand
blood
and
fluid
watch.
spat from Drail.
Aim and
as
fire.
The chaos infection grew something within him.
Okay, it's an infection.
Something that burst out and stepped free of the shredded carcass that it had once inhabited. Drail, or the thing that had once been Drail, faced them across the yard.
Dang.
It stood 4 meters high, a vast and grotesque skeletal form whose bones seemed as if they had been welded
Better
from tarnished
shoot.
sections
Unload
of
the
steel.
clip.
It looked like it was smiling. It turned its head from left to right, as if anticipating the carnage to
None
come.
of the soldiers are unloading.
The beast reached up with great metallic claws and screamed at the sky.
I would have shot him a long time ago. He wouldn't have got that far.
Get into cover! Corbeck screamed at his terrified
Man, shoot
men,
the thing. Who's
and
getting
they
cover
fled
for?
into
Ain't got no
every shadow
weapons.
and crevice they could find. Corbeck and McCall dropped into a culvert. The scout was shaking. Along the damp drainage,
He got a rocket launcher and
Corbeck
didn't do
and
anything
Trooper
with
Melly,
it.
who carried the company's rocket launcher. The man was too terrified to move. Corbeck slithered down to him through the fetid soup and tried to pull the rocket launcher from his shoulder. Melio was too limp and too scared to let it go easily. McCall, help me for fat's sake! Corbeck shouted as he wrestled with the weapon. It came free. He had it in his hands, the unruly weight of the heavy weapon unfamiliar to his shoulders. A quick check told him it was primed and armed. A shadow fell across him. The beast that was no longer Drail stood over him and hissed with glee through its blunt.
That's why you should have took the shot when you could.
Corbeck fell on his back and tried to aim the rocket launcher, but it was wet and slippery in his hands, and he slid in the mud of the culvert.
I don't understand why
He began
everybody
to mutter.
just start shooting.
Exactly. They were shooting everything else, but as soon as he emerges,
your service.
they become gunshot.
Emperor, deliver us from the darkness of the void. He squeezed the trigger. Nothing happened. Damp was choking the baffles of the firing mechanism.
I was just
The
going to
thing
ask the
reached
president
down
Emperor's
towards
work.
him and hooked him by the tunic with its metal fingers.
The Emperor,
Corbeck was lifted up out of the channel, dangling at arm's
Not
length
today.
from the abomination. But the baffles were now clear. He squeezed the trigger mechanism again, and the blast took the beast's head off at point
Well, I
blank
guess the Emperor
range.
provided there.
The explosion somersaulted Corbeck back 20 paces and dumped him on his back in a pile of mud and slag. Headless, the obscenity teetered for a moment and then collapsed into the culvert. Sergeant Grell was right behind with a dozen men that he had roused out of their panic with oathing taunts. They stood around the lip of the culvert and fired their lasguns down at the twitching skeleton. Corbeck looked on a moment longer, then flopped back and lay prostrate. Now he had seen everything.
He needs some surgery. Yeah, he's going to need his spine repaired after flying from that distance and smacking into the ground.
Yeah. Did he ever finish? Because I watched Chapter Master. I think his name is Varak or something like that. That's his name. Yeah, I watched his some of his videos on Warhammer, but did he ever finish animating this? Because I want to see the finished animation, because that was cool seeing him move around, but I think if it had the full colors and everything, and I think it would be cool.
Yeah, if he had the full colors and gave us a fluid animation, this would be super, super good to watch. It was good to watch in this form. So I can't wait to see the finished product.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering, because it says from a year ago, so I was like, is he gonna finish this?
Yeah, I hope
it needs to be finished.
Yeah, for real. I want to see more of that. And hopefully the next platoon he covers takes fire when they need to.
Yeah, and for all of the Warhammer fans, how tough are the guardsmen? Like your average guardsman, not the special, platoons of guardsmen, but like just your average everyday one you see on the battlefield.
That's a good question, because it seems like everybody in this universe is elite. It's like they can't afford not to be elite. So like you said, I do wonder how powerful the guardsmen are. Are they like the average military or army personnel we have in real life, or are they more formidable?
Yeah.
That does it for our reaction to a Gaunt's Ghost Animatic. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section. Also, like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you'll never miss a video from Wade and Wade Reacts.
And we're out of here.
Peace.